I'm going to make a purchase, and actually I'm validating that purchase with a picture of my face.
John Sheldon is an innovator. One of his jobs is to help countries go cashless. MasterCard has been working with many developing countries in making cashless work for its citizens, like Nigeria.
We've helped them issue their EID, which is their electronic ID, or their ID cards as well, which have the information similar to a driver's license, but they're issued by the government and allows people to have a reliable source of KYC data so that they can then go ahead and participate in the banking system.
Consumer electronic transactions, as in this Brazilian jewelry store, are growing. Card companies like MasterCard are innovating because governments want it. There's a huge benefit to become as cashless as possible, says Michael Fiore, Executive Vice President of Global Product.
Governments are very interested in cutting costs and cutting down on crime, for instance. So cash is actually very expensive for a government. In fact, about 1.5% of a country's GDP is spent on handling cash, printing it, distributing it, securing it, collecting it, cleaning it. It's very expensive. Cash cannot be tracked. It's very difficult to do that. In fact, tax evasion and the black market and money laundering are all typically using cash to avoid being tracked.
In Mexico, the government is working closely with startup companies and young entrepreneurs to embrace cashless transactions. In Colombia, artist Cecilia Villafana has significantly increased sales of her handicrafts in the 1 year she's gone cashless. Neves, a Sao Paulo, Brazil entrepreneur, started a coffee stand in his neighborhood and by encouraging cashless transactions, saw his business go from good to great.
Talking about a major behavioral shift, especially in economies where no one has ever had an electronic account before.
Scott Shea is chairman of Signature Bank of New York.
In the developing world, new technologies can be extremely helpful in helping those societies leapfrog some of the developments that we went through. For example, the fact that in the developing world, countries can go directly to cell phones means that they don't have to install the expensive infrastructure that we've installed in the United States and in other developed countries.
The mobile phone, widespread in developing countries, is now considered a wallet. It enables payments of all types of transactions, a further acceleration of a move from cash to electronics. Bernard Shusman, VOA News, New York.